Right. So I would say for most of the people I work with, it starts with one, not taking a step back and going within. It has to start your entrepreneurial journey, and every day, actually, if you possible, should start by going within. And how do I want to improve myself? The only thing I can control in this world is my thoughts and my actions. That's it. And my reactions to what happens on the outside. So the people I work with, I first train them, and this is easier said than done, right? We're all a work in progress. All right. Like, I'm gray hair. I've been doing this for a while. I'm still, trying to get there, whatever that is, but maybe I'm a few steps ahead of some people I work with, right? Is that how are you going to react to the world around you? That is the spiritual question. Are you going to react with love and with compassion and understanding, acceptance, courage in the face of obstacles? Or are you going to act out of fear or anger or pride or, any other negative emotion? So when we go within, realize that this is really great that EQ in the last 35 years has validated so much of this stuff that's quote unquote spiritual. It's really great today. I lead with science and I show people that 70 to 90% of their decision making, first of all, is emotional. It's not intellectual. And that's why you can have a great company. I have a company I'm working with. They literally hired all of their developers and their top level staff from MIT, Harvard MBAs, like the best people, really the best. They spent a lot of money on them and they can't get profitable. They're in the red, black, they're kind of like teetering for years because everybody's thinking up here with their intellect, trying to figure it out, instead of realizing that, guess what? The way you come into a meeting, if you had a bad day or a bad evening and you're still upset, right? It's going to cloud everything. So start within. That's spiritually is going within and go, I have to take responsibility. I have to be a leader, not on the outside. I first have to be a leader to myself and go, okay, I'm upset now. I'm not feeling happy or whatever it is. I'm operating out of sadness, sad time, right? If you have teenage kids, right, they can poke your buttons, you can get upset, and now you have to go on a Zoom call. If anybody raised kids, right, work is so much easier than raising children, right? They can push your buttons. Not me, of course, right? Because I'm spiritual.
Of course.
Of course not. Not me. So I have a fight with one of my teenage daughters and then to come on a call. And now I'm seeing everything through that lens. So that's where we have to start. That's the biggest spiritual problem, is that people don't even recognize where they're operating from. That's where we start with. And then once you get there, then you can talk about, I asked one of my clients, and we did this just last year, and I asked her, what is your mission? Because we did strategic planning. We're coming to the end of the year. I'm a business coach, not just spiritual coach. So I have to do strategic planning with my clients. I asked her, what's your mission and what are your values? She's like, Andy, don't put me on a spot like that. Like, I don't remember. I didn't prepare. We just went over it last year, but people forget. Why are they in business? She's a wonderful lady, this client of mine. She definitely has a mission. We found her values from last year, but we also saw that every issue she had, every problem or challenge that she got reactive to, was because she was living off her values, or she hired people who didn't have the same values, or she compromised her values. That's why she had problems. So interesting. So the second part is, if you just know what your values are, you discover them, and you live and you operate your company or you operate your department based on those values, and you're really authentic about it, the level of stress will certainly go down and you'll be more successful, for sure.